First question for Mr. Van Raalte. What is the dollar cost of federal regulation today in Canada? Just the number.
I don't have a global number, Madam Chair.
Right, but you said that your government is respecting the one-for-one rule. That is to say that if there's a new dollar of regulation added, there has to be one subtracted. The only way to enforce that is to know what the total is and to ensure it never goes up. So surely someone over there must know how much we're paying as Canadians for federal regulations, and your bureau is responsible for that.
So since the one-for-one rule has been in place, the cumulative reduction in administrative burden sits around $382 million, Madam Chair.
So what was it before? What was the total before?
There was no benchmark taken, Madam Chair.
Well, you can't possibly know that it's been reduced by $300+ million if you didn't know what it cost before or what it costs now.
So, Madam Chair, the way the one-for-one rule works is that for every dollar that's been proposed to increase administrative burden, another dollar has to be taken out. And
yes,
so,
I know that.
So over the course of both, first the one-for-one rule was a policy, and then it was made into legislation.
Right.
And
no,
so
I understand all that, but it just strikes me as odd that if you guys are supposedly capping the cost of regulation, you have to know what the cap is set at, and we would appreciate getting that number from you. How many regulations does the federal government have?
Madam Chair, the approximate number of regulatory, what we call stock, is around 3,000.
3,000 regulations?
3,000 sets of regulations, and then every year.
Sets of regulations. Sets
correct.
Of regulations. And how many regulations in each set?
That would depend on each set of regulations.
But on average,
some regulations can be one line, some regulations can be hundreds of pages.
But how many regulations do we have? You said there's 3,000 sets of regulations. So what was the total number of individual regulations?
I don't have that count, Madam Chair.
Okay, well, the Treasury Board Secretariat is supposed to be watching all of this. It's supposed to be the guard dog. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking at the front door right now. You guys are supposed to be the guard dog, just like him. I wish he'd bark less, actually, but anyway, I hope that you can find out how many regulations Canadians have to follow and how much cost they're paying and report it back to the committee for this purpose of this study. Thank you very much for your testimony.